Morning, happy Thursday. I hope everyone is having an extremely good day. Clearly, the market is. The market is going absolutely insane to the upside. Day before Veterans Day, I don't know if they're, you know, I haven't been trading for enough years. I've only been trading for a couple of years to know if Veterans Day is like a day of like extremely low liquidity or something like that, or we're just trying to get all their trades in right now. I know there was some financial reports coming out today that may be contributing to today's just insane spike. But there's actually a lot of financial reports that came out today. Um, Several at 5:30 in the morning, and 5 minutes before they came out, the market spiked. Let's go ahead and just take a look at some of what those financial reports are before we really jump in. I know that also there's evidence supposedly of inflation easing, and so the Fed potentially could ease off on the interest rate hikes. Some of good CPI numbers. I haven't even looked at them. Yeah, same on the pullback. I'm gonna be extremely safe today. Just seeing that, I was just like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. Um, just the absolute just insanity like that. That's just a lot of craziness. So, um, for as far as the reports that dropped today, these dropped about 2 hours ago. Um, and we had the CPI monthly change. We had the core CPI, the CPI 12, core CPI 12 again. The month change on that. What's the difference between the two of these? CPI and core CPI. I see. Uh, on the 12 month, and then we had the 3 month CPI, the core CPI for 3 months, and then we had the jobless claims as well as continuing jobless claims. So we had one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8 reports dropping today, and you can see how much these reports actually affect the market. You can see just what is contained in these reports makes such a major impact on market movement that it's really important that you um, know when these reports are coming out and make sure that you're flat for these positions. You don't have to. Uh, you can try to trade and be in those positions, um, and maybe you know something I don't, but the vast majority of when these reports drop, there's typically huge volatility. A lot of times a lead up to it, and then sometimes a drop after it. But a lot of times just as these come out, the market will react heavily and over heavily, if you will, to these reports. And so I typically try to maintain my account by remaining safe by not being in any trade or any position at the time that these are dropped. So we have a link directly to this economic calendar here inside of our Discord group. It's in the market news. It might be in the resource section as well. Um, but you can see when all these come out. So they've got last week's measures, and then they update this all the time. So every week, like if I was to reload this on Monday, um, we would have completely new information. Um, so this is available inside of our Discord group. You guys might want to check that out. It's showstraight.com/Discord. And there's also a link just in the description. But we do have a growing, thriving community of, uh, of people who are here to help and maintain optimism and help you get to the next stage of your life. So, with all that said, guys, let's go ahead and jump into this absolute market craziness. And let's pop up some charts here. Just going to grab this comment real quick. I'm learning how to not be in trades during the numbers. Drops like this and earnings, yeah. Um, it is a lot to keep track of, but frankly, like when when I personally switched from, I haven't switched completely, but When I switched mainly from trading stocks to mainly trading futures, it is so much less to keep up with. Like, it is crazy less homework. There is so much more homework with stocks. Like, the amount of time that I would have to spend doing due diligence and homework on stocks, especially if I was taking longer trades, uh, it, futures I don't have to do any of that. I just need to trade the chart in front of me. So all that said, let's take a look at the chart in front of us, and we can see that it's pretty much a vertical, just a straight up. We ran all the way up from 3760s to 3919. That's just nuts. We're at 3,900 right now, kind of battling that level, but 3,900 minus that 3,767, we made a move of $133, pretty much at exactly 525. So this is the 1 minute chart right here, and you can see right at 520, 530, right when the CPI numbers dropped, we went from 3768 all the way up to 3845. Just nuts, absolutely nuts. When I logged in today and I saw that it wasn't zoomed in, it was like just really, and I can see all these like support and resistance lines that we've drawn over the last couple of weeks. And I usually clean it up every few weeks or so, but they're all valid and accurate, so I don't really bother that often. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is nuts. This is gonna be a crazy day. So I can already tell my market plan on the day is going to be like that. My market plan on the day. That's sexy. That just came out. I can already tell that my market plan on the day is going to be safe. Uh, I understand this is incredibly bullish, but if you look at this up here at 39.19, where it hit these highs, and then look at this drop right here off 37. Excuse me. Off 39.18, dropped all the way down to 39.09. So this is a pretty big drop. This is a $9 drop right here. So because that's the case, I think I need to be incredibly careful today, especially on the evaluation side of things. Clearly, we are getting a little bit of a downward trend right now. Um, and I say this because we got the 9 below the 12. We got the 35 next in line, and then the 26 as well. So the 35 is below the 26. Everything is looking like normally what it would look like on a bullish move, just flipped on its head. Um, and we kept dojing out of the top, running resistance at 3,900. Then we also dropped below the 50 EMA. So what we'd really be wanting to see in order to see this market kind of stabilize is we'd want to see a pullback to around the volume weighted average price. It's going to be a long time yet, if at all, that the 200 moving average runs back into the 50. But when it does, then we'll see probably a pretty large market correction as well. So having said all that, let's take a look at where we're at on trades. I may need to clean up this chart a little bit, even though these support and resistance lines are going to matter. Um, it may just be easier to trade with less stuff on the screen. Just for let's remove old drawings. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna need them. So that's weird. All right. So momentum on the TTM to the downside. We've got 1.7, 2.8, 4.8, 5.0. 6.7, 7.3 is the current. So what we're going to want to see is I'm going to want to see a yellow candle here on the TTM. We can see that it worked out reasonably well right here. This cyan switch didn't work out, but these were all red dots, and now we got green dots. So that's going to make an impact in terms of the validity of the move. Obviously, we got a nice bounce there off of 38.96, and we came all the way back to the 50, and we're running into resistance right there. Going to take a little swing right here. Not really little, but in at 39.01 3/4. I'm taking that swing based off this yellow candle. and I'm looking to get out kind of high up actually at 39.05 and 3/4. Um, so that would be a move like a bounce over the 50 moving average. And I'm going against my moving averages here, and basing that off of the green dots here and the yellow on the TTM. So I'm going to be looking for a move up through the 50 moving average and a potential reversal back towards the upside to test the highs. Cut it right there with a very micro profit. Looks like it might have cut a little early. Yeah, I definitely cut way too early. Way too early. Needed a little more confidence in that trade. Gonna try and join the bid again at like 39.03. Wow, I totally messed up on that, man. I should have just held that. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna jump over to the evaluation, and we're gonna zoom in here. Sure, we're on the no, we're on the 5. I want to switch to the 1. There we go. A lot of volatility today, so we definitely could have got that entire trade, and I think I just got kind of scared out of the position because it began to doji for a second there. Movement now from 7.2 to 6.4 to 5.0. Great movement toward the upside. Definitely should have taken a trade on the eval side. We've got 15 seconds left in this chart, or left in this candle, I mean. Entry here would be off of 7.25, maybe off of 7, like 39.07. Wow. I'm gonna switch over to like 12 ticks. So we did just make $1,000 trade in the sim. Definitely looking like it's on fire today. Pull back to okay, so this is the move that I'm playing right here. So I'm going to be looking for a potential pullback to round maybe right here, like 39.06, and then a bounce off that. Do got selling pressure on this candle here. 5.1 to 3.7. Jeez. Okay, so be looking for an entry then around 39.05. See if we can get the entry point there. Entered at 05. $30 left in this candle. It's definitely a sketchy day. I'm trying to make sure I take the exact move that I intend to on the evaluation. Our intended exit here is at 39.08 on this. Join the bid, missed the entry, cutting it. We did get that trade on the on this side, so we've taken 3 trades and we're up $2,000, just over 21.25. Roughly, like getting close to a cyan switch here. What happened with our last cyan switch? I know it failed. Oh man, this chart's gonna mess with me today in terms of just like moving it around. the last science, which was right here, and it failed heavily. But it also failed on red dot. Join the bid right there at 39.08 and a half. Little micro pullback on this one. Join the bid.
Order filled.
Ooh, damn. Trying to get out at 39.13. Hands over the cover button. This is really intense for me. Looking for this to pop up. Take a profit there.
Order filled.
Almost got that. Really close. It didn't fill my order when it popped up like that, so I just cut it. Took that profit at 228.20. This is incredibly intense for me in terms of the trading on this. My entry here is at 39.08 and a half. I'm going to flatten out now and take $750 in profit. Up 28.12 on the day. Probably going to get another pop here, but I'm going to let it cool off for a second just because my nerves are a little intense right now. So just going to give it a moment. So, Tiny, I began to actually know the exact entry and exits that I wanted to do based off of utilizing bracket orders. Once I began to memorize that 12 ticks is $3 and etc. like that, and basing it off of the support and resistance levels and whatnot, as well as the price movement, it's been a lot easier to be able to just kind of judge where I want to enter and exit. Let's jump back in. This is kind of really intense trading for me. Looks like we would have got that full move. That would have been very nice. That would have been $750 on our evaluation. But we did make 250, so that's cool. We're up 51,900 in the eval. We got 3 cyan candles in a row. Cyan movement at 0.8, 2.2, 4.9. Gee, that is such heavy movement. Just going to enter and I hope I'm not getting FOMO, but we're looking for a test of the highs now. You can see we got heavy resistance right there at 39.15 and a half, but we've got a lot working for us this time. I answered on this at 14 and a quarter, and we're up a couple ticks. My exit intended is 39.18 and a quarter. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green candles in a row. Gonna cut this right here and take that profit. Micro profit on that one. I do think it's gonna pop, but not before a little bit of a pullback. So the pullback I'd be looking for is like 12 and 3/4. Platform 12 and 3/4. Didn't happen. It pretty much went down, got that little doji, and went back to a green hammer candle. From 5.2 to 6.4, looks like it did go red a little bit. Bulls very much in control. Four seconds left in this candle, which is practically a doji at the top. Opening with a doji. TTM went from 5.2 to 6.6 to now 8.0. So I honestly want to see a pullback. I actually do want to see a pullback, and then I want it to pull back to about maybe right here, like 13 or so, or maybe even like 14, and bounce off of that. I don't like that it's just endless green, because that really puts us in a position to be to have these sort of like huge drops like that. Coming up to test these highs. Looks like it wants to do it. I just entered in the bid there at 17 and a quarter, which is really high up, but you know, it is what it is. Looking for a break now of 39.19 and whatever the high was, 19 and a half. Little pullback there. I'm going to drop this down to 39.20. Hammer candle there. 30 seconds left on it. Looking strong. Even the price action's like kind of minimal right now. Ready to cut it if we need to. Up 2,700 on the day or so. Right in that range. We've taken 5 trades. This is our 6th. Technically, we've taken 6. We just took 1 in the evaluation. I really wish I would have been more aggressive on the evaluation, though. Okay, so this is kind of popping up. Did bounce off of 17, now moving up to moving up towards 19. Looking for a retest of the highs. The high being 19 and a half. We are trading near these highs, which is dangerous territory. Moving from 8.2 to 10.5. Jeebus. Oh, 8.2 to 9.5 to 10.4. Okay, now we're pulling back. I guess I should have got out of that with that little micro profit that it was at. Failed to retest the highs. The high of this candle was 18 and a half. Now pushing up heavy. Join the bid here on the eval side. Missed the entry. I was trying to get the entry off of 17.
Order filled.
We just got it. I don't really want it now. So I'm going to see if we can get out with a little bit of profit. I'm going to put this at like 17 and a half so I can get out with a little bit of something, something. We can get 17 and a quarter. Hands over the cover button. Cutting that.
Order filled.
Glad that I cut it, but what a massive loss. $731 down now. Oh, damn, we're still in this trade. Cut that. That was a loss of a K on that side. That really sucks. It is what it is. We're still up 941 in the eval. Now we gotta wait for this to cool off. I felt weird about that trade, and frankly, I just shouldn't have taken it. Pulling back to 14. TTM's almost on the, like, switching to cool. So we went from 10.5 to 10.7, now dropping down some. I don't really want to go long here. But I don't really want to short. Right now I'm just going to wait. We don't have to be in a trade. Nah, I didn't go short on that. Like it's really challenging. Like when you're trading near the highs or near the lows, like to me that's one of my biggest challenges, because to me at those points, um, that's where we get heavy reversal. So whether it's on the super lows or on the super highs, it's just too much. It's a lot of volatility there a lot of the time. So okay, so it is coming back up some. It's very much struggling at 39.18, 39.17 and a half or so. We did get a nice bounce off of 14 and a quarter. That was a nice 12 tick move to the upside. Join the bid here at the top, actually at 18. I'm looking for that move up to 20. I do think it's going to happen. What's the TTM doing? Did hit 20, actually went up to 21.75. Hit a new high there. TTM moved from 10, 10.9 to 11.1. Not massive movement on it. But I do wish I would have taken that move here in the eval. I was looking for 12 ticks and I would have got it too, actually. So now that we're at the highs here, now what? It's too bad that we honestly that we cut that trade. Frankly, I could have just held through it, but I mean, I cut it for risk purposes. But look how much it dropped. I mean, our entry was like here, like 17 and a quarter, and it would have dropped all the way down to 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half. So what is that? It's $5, but it's 20 ticks. That's $1,250. It would have been horrible. Turn the bid right there. We're going to take advantage of the move back towards the high there. $39.22 is the high. So I'm actually going to put this at 21 and a half. How did we get here? Got 2 cooling candles on the TTM now. Back up 2,500 in the sim. Big pullback, as expected, off the highs. Really kind of a huge pullback, actually. Okay, so now what are we going to look for? This is a pretty massive move off of, I mean, that was almost $20. This whole move here. ES is up a total of 4.5%, almost 4.2%. So, just judging off this past here, we pulled back to the 9 and really like the 12, and then bounced off of that, and then eventually got our pullback. So let's take a look at what we got here, because this chart pattern looks almost the same. Wow, I was about to short that actually. Ah. Just checking in with y'all. By the way, if y'all hanging out, y'all chilling, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We've been streaming out for about a half an hour, and could management say that we don't have to be in a trade? Yes, we don't. We don't have to be in a trade. It's kind of challenging sometimes to not be in a trade, especially when the market's doing crazy stuff like that. But it's just part of risk management is to know when to trade and know when not to trade, and it's really important. Um, so yeah. Having said all that, by the way, guys, if you guys are trying to earn funding in the futures market, make sure that you check out Elite Trader Funding. Okay, these guys are awesome. Elite Trader Funding, these guys allow you to earn funding for as little as 10K and all the way up to $300,000. So you can get a lot of. I mean, basically, you can trade with an entire house if you really wanted to. Um, I personally am trying to earn funding right now in the 50K evaluation. We've been doing pretty well. We're up almost $1,000 in it. Our profit target is 3,000. We were up about 1,400 a day, like at the beginning of the day, but we did lose a sizable chunk on one of our trades. So we're doing okay though. I do think that we're still going to get this. Speaking of which, their plans are incredibly competitive to what else is out there in the marketplace. Not only are they reasonably priced and about priced at around the same as what the rest of the competition is priced at, they actually allow you to take more positions, and they have a much more clear system as opposed on the drawdown setup. They do have the standard style, the end of the day drawdown that you'll find at most prop firms, but these guys make it really, really simple. They also provide you with the see more details button, so you can see all the rules and everything that goes into it. But if you use the link in my description plus the promo code JSBEST, which is also listed in the description, you'll receive a lifetime discount on any of the plans that you see here, with the exception of the fast tracks because these are already very heavily discounted. These are great if you're trying to just earn funding and you want to spend as little as possible and you feel pretty confident in your abilities. They do have a maximum of 14 calendar days in order to be able to fund these accounts. So make sure that you pay attention to the see more details link and that you understand exactly what it is that you're getting. But these guys have been great. They have amazing customer service. It's one of the things I personally look for all the time in companies that I intend to work with. So if you guys want to earn funding in the futures market, make sure you check them out. Let's jump back into these trades and take a look at see what the market's doing. Okay, so we did kind of find a little bit of a bottom, kind of support there around 39.15. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minute pullback, and wow, that's a heavy drop. Screw 39.15 on support. Now it looks like we're looking at 39.13. Finally got a green candle here off this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 minute pullback, and let's take a look and evaluate this on the 3 minute chart. So the 3 minute chart is showing a different story. That whole move that we had that was like $20 worth, where it went from 3,900 up to 3,920, that entire move was not really tracked as a momentum builder on the TTM3. The momentum builder is actually building now. So what that tells me, or what this is communicating to me, is that we may actually come up and test these highs one more time. Now, I could be wrong. Because of the volatility, it's going to be difficult for indicators to predict trend. Typically, indicators work really well when price action is stable and slowly moving up, slowly moving down, or predictably moving up and predictably moving down. You guys know that we trade momentum here. And as far as the 5 minute chart goes, it looks like the momentum is actually working its way towards the downside eventually, but it's not there yet. Currently we got a bounce off the 35. There's the EMA 35, which we use all the time. And we bounced from 13.5 up to 18. Jeez, Jesus, man. These are huge. Join the bid here, and look for a push up to 19. Um, yeah, 19 and a half. Join the bid at 17 and a half. I'm actually going to put this sell order at 19. I don't like that this is red dotting on the TTM and that we've been cooling on the TTM pretty heavily. I do think that we'll get a bounce here off the 12, but we'll find out. We're down slightly in this trade, but looks like it's pulling back pretty heavily. Will we get a bounce off the 26? No, we're not going to. And the reason why I say that, yeah, cutting that. Cut that for about $1,000 loss. It did come back a little bit. We might get some bounces off the 35, but I'm gonna have to just wait. I need to wait for a trend that I understand, which is gonna be something more like this, where it's like that. Like this whole section here, this is normally the kind of thing that I'd be trading. Like that section, like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna just wait and chill. Wait and chill. It's okay. You can wait and chill. We can just do that, right? Right? It's possible. I actually wonder if we're gonna drop below 3,900 again. Looks like we are approaching red on the CTM. We are red on the CTM. We'll have to see if this 50 EMA holds. If this 50 EMA holds, then we may potentially just continue to rip again. But you can see right here in the past, this actually pulled back below the 50 for about 5 minutes and hung down there before coming back up. I might be interested in banking on something like that again. So we did get a fresh 26. Did that even cross? 9 is below 12, so that's definitely on the short side of things. Yeah, fresh 2612 crossover. Did this happen in the last candle? This is on the current candle. It's on the current. So we'd be looking for the next candle to go short. Although it may just be better to short right here. When the music stop, I'm gonna put this at plus 16. I don't know if we'll get that big of a drop, but especially with that doji at the bottom. Music stop. I'm gonna get this going again. Sometimes it just lags out there. I wonder if I could just download them and if it would work better. We're snipers, not machine gunners. Ooh, that is sick. That's sick. I love that. That's dope. We're snipers, not machine gunners. Ooh. Yo, that's fire. I can dig that. Getting bounced off that 50 EMA, that's kind of inspiring. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of inspired by that. Alright, let's see. We got 08 to 26. Let's see. 08 to 21 to 29. Alright. Shorting here. For a push down below the 50. It's not enough of a push downward. Took a micro profit there. I think this is going to turn around. 2.6 to 3.4. That's a move of 0.8, but if you look at the momentum from the rest of the day. Down, 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 down. Getting support off 39.10. That's that 50 EMA. I want to take a look back at Man, I gotta adjust my like time settings. One sec. There. I'm not constantly like charts on the left. That's a lot easier to see and maneuver. I don't know why it does that. Just every now and then, it's just like, nah, we're gonna make it be like 500. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so much time away from where it's supposed to be. So we cut it. I cut that short, by the way, with that little micro profit because of this huge bounce off the 50. And so really, what it kind of looks like is that there's a potential again for yet again, really, for another turnaround. Um, so the entry point here that I'd be looking at is like right there off of like 39.13 maybe, if we can get that low. I don't know if it'll get that low though. It doesn't look like it. No, it's not going to. Joining the bid here and then jumping over to the evaluation and we're looking at 12 ticks. Got the entry there at 14 and a quarter and joining the bid here.
Order filled.
Got the entry there at 16 and a half, not nearly as low as I got on the sim. Jeez, got that on the pop. That sucks. We're slightly low in this trade. 19 and a half is just too much. I'm gonna go for 17 and a half. Did pop there for a second. Come on, come on. There we go.
Order filled.
Okay, so that was 4 ticks back to us on the evaluation. So now we're down 500. It's okay. We're still up as of yesterday. I wish I would have got that. Look at that. I just got $1,000 on this one. Up 26.8750 on that. So we did end up, but this one we got a way better entry. We got $2 lower entry on this, and we got 8 ticks lower on the sim side. There, it did turn around, did bounce off that 50 EMA, getting some spam calls with whatever that crap is. And we pulled up to 18, so we're gonna come up and likely test these highs yet again. Crazy volatility today, like in almost a bad way. Like I get it, it's good. Markets are going up. ES is up 4.5%. That's absolute craziness, but you know, here we are. It is continuing to rip. Looks like it could have got that full 12 ticks on the eval. That would have been a nice 750 in our pocket. But hey, you know what? We're trying to play it safe over there, and sometimes that's the name of the game. Big pullback on this. This looks exactly like it did earlier. Right here. Where was it? Let me find it. You can see it because of TTM. You can tell what it is by how it is. So look at that. You can see that it you know, it worked its way up off the 35, bouncing at 39.08, running all the way up to 18 or 13 to have this huge drop down to the 50. The current part of the chart looks this way. It also kind of looks like look at that massive pullback. I'm glad that we were able to take advantage of a little bit of that move. We did well on the sim side. We made almost $1,000, and we did make 250 back on the evaluation. We do have a ways to go to make the evaluation right, but you know what? That's just part of the name of the game. I belong to a group called the Sniper Trader Robots. It's funny. So I play a lot of Halo, and sometimes you pick up a sniper weapon and shoot somebody without scoping in. They call it a no scope, and it's pretty much like the highest level of skill you can get on Halo in terms of sniping. And I just kind of think about like when it comes to trading, That's kind of my intention, is to be like a no scope sniper. Just want to be able to look at the chart and be like, it's going up, it's going down, and then just like enter in a trade, exit a trade, make profit every day. All right, let's get the charts back up. So we did hit heavy resistance there at 19 and a half, which was the previous high before we ended up hitting this 22. So we threw in a price level right there, and we are still moving toward the upside on the TTM as well as the chart itself. And now we've got 9 above 12. We're coming up on a 26 cross, and so we'd be looking for an entry here off maybe like 17 or 16 and a half. Let's try 16 and a half, see if we can get that low. I don't think we're going to go that low. Time left in this candle is 17 seconds. Yeah, we're not going to hit that. So let's see here. What's another entry point? Oh, you know what? It did hit. Join the bid there, kind of high. Might answer me on a pullback. It did. And I don't want to go for the 16 ticks. I want to get out of 19. Jumping into the eval and taking a look here. So we're going to be looking for the cyan switch, which is really close by. Currently down slightly in this trade in the sim side. Cyan switch close in, 1.9 to 1.0, very close to the cyan switch. Switching off of 3, I want to go for 4 ticks. And we do have a red dot, 1.9 to 1.0, 1.1-ish. Big bounce off of the 9 EMA. Doesn't know what it wants to do. It's bouncing off the 9. It's bouncing all over the place, really. What's the high of this candle? 18 and a half. .0 to 0.2. Should have switched to cyan on that candle, but didn't. It possibly still can within the candle range, but pretty much getting a 2612 crossover right here. It's like right on it. I'm hesitant to join the bid at all on the sim side because this really doesn't seem to know what it wants to do. Because that's the case, I'm going to try and get out 17 and a half in the sim. Got out 17 and a half. I do think it's going to pop, but there's the cyan there on a red dot. 1.0 to basically flat to 0.8 on the cyan. Up 28.12 in the sim. Certainly could have done a lot better. There's definitely a couple of trades that I am not proud of. Switching to 6 ticks and just going for scalps now. This volatility, I mean, you can see it going pretty crazy. Honestly, though, if you look at the volume's pretty low. Try to get an enter there at 17 3/4. So in at 17.75. 8 seconds left in this candle. I was looking for a move to 19. Basically another test of this resistance zone. We do have some cyan candles here. 0.8 to 1.4. It's just not strong enough for me to really like attack it. There's 19. There we go. We're getting a little bit of strength in there now. 0.8 up to 1.8. A lot more strength now, actually. Gonna come up, likely gonna test these highs again. Wow, that was a much larger push than I expected. But there was that cyan switch. Now getting a green down on the cyan. Coming up, testing the highs. Let's see what we got. Join the bid here for a push over the highs. I know that's bad trading, but you know what? Sometimes it's fine. And I'm going to try it. I could be wrong. I could just end up losing money yet again. TTM now from 1.9 up to 2.7 on this pullback here of the high. Hopefully we don't just reject up here. Got a doji at the top. My entry here is 21.5, which is just way too high. I honestly should have just waited for the pullback. I think it's going to pop, though. There it is. Now I know I should have taken that in the eval. Bears coming in. Up 3,500 in the sim. TTM looking like 0.8 to 1.9 to 2.8 to 3.6. Moving at a factor of about 0.8. So it's good movement on the TTM. We've pretty much just been on the 1 minute chart all day. Tried to join the bid there, missed it. Got a little flag here you can see. You can see it forming right there. So $2.8 to 3.6 still. New candle. 3.6 to 3.9. Momentum slowing down some. You can see the flag right there. It's almost like the little curly flag, the one that looks like the hook almost. Those are typically pretty decent for a little bounce. Try the end of the trade there at 20. Currently, we're down $502.90. Still up $11.69 in our evaluation. I'm glad I cut that trade, and I cut it really because I was trying to take a scalp up here. Gratefully, we didn't get the entry, but I was trying to take a scalp, essentially based off of off this little pop right there. But you can see that the TTM was slowing down because it went from 3.6 to 4.1, and now it's only at 4.2. So, in all truthfulness, I do think that this is gonna finally pull back a little bit. I don't know about getting a trend reversal necessarily, but if I pull back, let's take a look at the 3-minute chart. Okay, so 3 minutes actually stacking reasonably well. 5.6 to 6.7 to 7.4 on our current, and our next one's at 27, which is in 1 minute. Wow. It's hard work sitting here. Okay, so we got a cyan switch happening on the 5-minute chart. From 5.7 to 5.9, not exactly like huge momentum, but you can see sort of this longer formed flag here. Our next 5-minute candle is at 8:30. which is in 4 minutes. This is our current 5 minute candle happening now, and it's looking to come up and test the highs. Um, Currently at 21 and a half. Five seconds left in the 1 minute. Okay, so here's our new 3 minute candle. Went from 6.7 to 7.6 to 8.8. So that's looking nice for another test of the highs. I have to like reposition the charts all day with this particular setup that we're seeing. These chart patterns. The 35, EMA 35, is approaching a crossover of the 26th. That approach there, 35 being above the 26, gives us more solid momentum toward the upside. Just gonna jump in, checking in on the comments. I'm a little like kind of focused on trading a lot today, so I wish this platform would let me like block comments. Can you guys see that spam there, or is it already? Did YouTube already block it for us? I'm just throwing up the YouTube side of things so that I can see. So, interesting day today. Doing well on the sim. Could be doing better on the evaluation. We've got a pullback happening right now. By the way, if y'all are chilling, y'all hanging out, we got a reasonable amount of people watching here. Make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. All this stuff really does matter. Really does make a difference. And also, we've got a really active and helpful Discord group that is there to help you guys in any of your entrepreneurial or trading journey or any of that type of stuff. So you guys may want to check that out. I'm going to throw these charts up again here because we're about to test these highs, and I was trying to deal with that comment spam. It's just taking time away from me. I hate that crap, man. I sincerely wish that people would learn how to market. Like, take a YouTube, like, just a YouTube training course. It's not hard. It doesn't require a lot. You just need to, have an ounce of class and you'll be okay. Join the bid here by the highs. Now making new highs. We did get that trade that was 6 ticks to the upside on the sim side of things, up almost 4K. I honestly wish I took 7 ticks just so I'd be at exactly 4K. There, now I'm at exactly 4K. I literally did a 1 tick trade just so that I could see 4K. Got a nice bounce off the 12 EMA. The 35 is right on where the right at the crossover point. Damn, man, it's like moving up without me. I feel a lot of FOMO. Whoa, look at that. Jeebus. Man, I gotta get better. I really gotta get better. I'm trying. I really, really am. But I'm trying to like get these entries before they break out like this, like all crazy like that. Do we see 39.30 here? Are we gonna see that? Still making highs. There's 39.30. Are we gonna reject off this now? Man, I knew I should have taken that based off the 3 minute chart that we were looking at earlier. Honestly, that literally that comment spam just like took the took my focus away. That stuff drives me insane, man. It really does. I think it's just incredibly frustrating. It just shows it like an erosion of humanity. And frankly, I just anybody like whether it's probably just a bot, but frankly, I just look at spammers as non-human, or rather, in need of education, of marketing education. Everybody's a human, but I mean, it just really is. It's really gross. Really, really gross. I think it's because I came from a marketing world, and I would see a lot of spammers in that marketing world, just like really hurting a lot of people, um, just really like causing havoc in in the world, and really just harming a lot of people, taking people's livelihood, um, and it's just awful. It really, really is. Uh, it's really, really, really horrible. So, but let's get back to trading, um, because this is why we're here. We're not here to fix bad marketing. You know, flag on the play at the top, at those new highs of 39.30, just absolutely insane. SPY up, or the ES up 4.6. Yes, it's the SPY. Ah, my nose is killing me. 1 second, guys. BRB. All right, guys. So we're at $4,125 on the sim today, down 500 in the evaluation, unfortunately, because that's the one that really matters to me. Um, let's see. We've got the 35 crossing back under the 26. So it was only a slight move, or a slight period of time where the 35 was above it. And we've got a little bit of cooling on the TTM1. Let me jump to the TTM3 and just the chart 3 on in general. So chart 3, we're looking at went from 10.6 to 11.5 to 12.1. So it does look like we may actually get a reasonable move off this flag here. I'm trying to get an entry at 29, which we did. Um, Actually, double click. That's why it made all that sound. Okay. So what I'm looking for now is a bounce from 29 back to a test of the highs. And that's it. Just the test. I'm actually underneath the high by about one tick. Jump into the eval. Movement down 7.6 to 7.4 to 7.0. Pretty minimal move downward. So up 4,500 in the sim. We take that move from 29 up to 30 and a half, so 6 ticks. Looks like we're gonna try and test these highs yet again. Testing the highs off of lower momentum on the TTM. We are making new highs now at 39.31. Not much slowdown on that TTM though. Gonna check this against the 3-minute chart real fast. Hopefully I can do it quick enough because it is moving. So brand new 3-minute candle just formed. You can see that flag right there forming. So we're getting a pullback off the high. TTM looking like 11.5 to 12.3 to 12.4. May end up getting a slowdown here, even though we're getting that flag. 12.3 to 12.4, 12.5 area. We do have more buying pressure coming in on the 3. Let's check out the 5. The 5 just got a cyan switch about 15 minutes ago at 8:25. And we just green dotted now. So I think that we're going to see more push up. It's kind of in sketchy territory though. Fresh 5-minute candle. Because that move is so like big on the day, that's why I have to keep repositioning the charts. Because it always tries to like bring me back so I can see the entire move. But I don't really care about that. I just want to see the move that I'm on. So I see the pullback to like 30 and potentially a bounce off of 30 if there is going to be a pullback. Our next 3-minute candle is in 1 minute. And so right now we've got the 1-minute chart to work from. Challenging trade day. Yesterday was really easy. Yesterday was like just very obvious and consistent chart patterns. Today is really challenging. Obviously, we're up 4,500 in the sim. And we're getting a bounce off the 9 here. A little bit of cooling, not much. Where's the 26 at? 26 is diverging from the 35. So over time, we'll likely see some slowdown. 50. Let's check where the 200 moving average is. 200 moving averages move way off the view app. And that's down at 38.95. Where's the view app at? 38.76. We're currently about 50 some odd bucks off of that. So we could be extended now at this point. One minute chart going from 7.2 to 6.8 to 6.0 on the TTM. Gonna go short off of, see if we can get an entry at 28. Got the entry at 28. Trying to go short here and trying to move down to 26 and a half. We don't belong. So basically, I'm looking for a test of this 26 simple. From 6.0 to 5.3. I would actually like to see it pull back and consolidate for quite some time. I would not mind like 39.20 to hold the support, but just a pull back to that area would be really nice. This one closed green and pretty reasonable, like pretty high on the green side. So because that situation, I'm gonna cut this trade. Cut it right there. Lost some 187.50 on that. Actually, we lost 125, gratefully. So I cut that with that little loss because basically this one opened up green. And it opened up so much higher than where the other one did. Looks like it's still going red. I mean, I honestly thought that it was going to pull back more. Frankly, just because of the TTM momentum and the volume slowdown, as well as the highs, plus the deviation from the VWAP. There it is. We just need to hold it for another minute. Now, bounce off 26, likely. How y'all doing, by the way? It's been a minute since I checked the comments. Oh, there's actually a lot more comments. What's up, Origin Code? What's up, E-Trade? Good morning. Happy to see you here. We actually have a lot of viewers today. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. We're up almost $4,500 in the sim. And we're down a little bit in the eval, 500. But we were down 750. We came back some. Boop. Just wanted to throw it up there. Why not? Fun, right? Yeah, Origin Code, man. I am sending the same positive vibes back to you as well. Slightly red at $3. Yeah, it is okay. You'll be alright. Alright. So it's pulled back quite a bit. Like I said, I was looking for a pullback to roughly like 39.20. We did pull back to 25. That's not a bad pullback though. Um, from 4.0 to 3.0 to 2.1 on the TTM. Um, where's the 9 at? 9's still above 12, which is likely one of the reasons why we haven't got this big drop yet. Currently not in a trade, not taking a trade at the moment. I'm looking for, I'm really looking for a setup that I understand. But considering that we just keep pushing up new highs and we're so extended off the volume weighted average price, I'm trying to be a bit more careful than I was earlier. I was a little bummed that I didn't take advantage of as much of this move as I wanted to, just because I could see it inbound. Bounce from 26 up to 29. Very nice bounce. Okay. I see you. Alright, so maybe an entry at 28. And look for a 12 tick move off of 28. So here. Got the entry at 28. And now looking for a push up. But TTM still cooling, so I don't like that. This may have been a false setup, but we'll see. It's looking okay. Double top there at 29 and a half. So that double top may act as a little bit of resistance. Trying to figure out what I want to do with this. Currently break even on this trade. But that's not what I'm thinking about. Putting my sell order at 30. What I'm actually thinking about is like what I want to do with the sim, or I mean the evaluation. I want to obviously, make profit, but I'm trying to be safe. I guess I should have taken an entry off of 28 here, or maybe 28 and a half. Still got cooling on TTM. Taking this thing off the table. Made a little micro profit, up 46.87.50 on the day. TTM's basically cooled completely. I could have got a nice scalp on the eval side, I wish I did. Time left on this candle. So next candle is actually going to be a new 5, so that's in 10 seconds. I'm going to switch over to the 5 so that we have time to adjust our chart. So new 5-minute candle forming now. And so we went from 2.7 to 5.6 on the 5, and then entered as a cooling candle cyan, or a cooling candle dark blue, but basically at the same level, and switching over to cyan. Now there's 30 and a half. I wonder if 30 is our biggest line in the sand of the day. I'm gonna jump to the 3-minute chart now and take a look at what that trend is looking like. So as far as the 3-minute chart goes, we're struggling between cooling and cyan. So dark blue 11.3, dark blue 10.7, and now cyan 10.8, 10.7. So it's pretty much flat in terms of the momentum side of things. Good amount of viewers today. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. All that stuff really does help the channel grow. And also, guys, if you want to earn funding in the futures market exactly the way that I am, make sure that you check out Elite Trader Funding. These guys are great. They have amazing customer service. They're incredibly competitive in their pricing. also with the positions that you're allowed to take. So you can actually take up to 8 positions on the 50K evaluation as opposed to 5 at most prop firms. You also get a lifetime discount when you use the link in my description and the promo code JSBEST. You can get us funded for as little as 10K and get funded for all the way up to 300K. So you literally could be trading with a house uh, worth of value each and every day if you wanted to, if you had that kind of risk tolerance. I'm personally trying to get funded in the 50K. I think it's one of the best values out there. The 75K is also a very great value as well. And then the other one that I'm also working on as well is the 100K static evaluation. You can have up 20 evaluations in your account, and a lot of people do use multiples at once. Um, yeah, absolutely, Tiny. Also, guys, we do have an awesome Discord group where we talk about everything from trading to entrepreneurship to investing to crypto, a bunch of different stuff, um, to philosophy, mindset, you name it. If it's positive and optimistic, we're usually talking about it. That's why the name of our group is Optimistic Futures, because our intention here is to help you build a future that you actually feel excited for, that you feel hopeful about. I know it can be kind of challenging in today's modern society, and I know that's something that's just not common. Is being able to look forward and be optimistic, feel optimistic about the future, and so because of this case, I wanted to make sure that we had a place for people for positive thinkers to go. And so make sure you guys check out that Discord group. It's just joelstraight.com/Discord. But there's also a link in the description if you don't feel like typing. So, but whatever you guys do, I just love and appreciate the fact that you guys are even here on the stream. That really does mean a lot to me. And so please take a moment to like and subscribe and ring the bell for notifications so that you can know when we come online next. Kind of slower now. Where's our volume at? Volume's at like 2-3 grand. Bouncing off of 29 quite well towards a move towards 30. This 31, 32, basically 30 is the line in the sand. So being as that is the case, I'm going to throw a level in at 30. Because this actually came up and like kissed it. Alright. 26 getting very close to crossing over. And we got some red candles forming. Gonna go short right here. So I'm shorting right at 28.5. And my intention is to get out at, I want to get out at 26.5. So I'm actually taking 2. Let's see. So I'm gonna get out like right there. To be completely honest, I should have waited for the crossover to actually happen. I think I got a little eager, and as a result, you can see that this is actually popping back up. So I'm gonna cut that. Took a little loss there, $500. Still up 4,187.50 on the day, and jumping to the evaluation now. And you can see we just went yellow with a green. So I'm going to switch this over to 8 ticks and look for an entry here at maybe 30.5. See if I can get that. Nope. Damn it. Looks like we're gonna come up and test these highs too. I really wanted that entry at 30.5. Should have tried for 31. New high on the day. Son of a... Just trying to catch this move, man. Okay. Candle's over. Now, pull back. Just got a fresh cyan switch. Join the bid here. Entered at 33, looking to move to 35. Hopefully we push up. Come on. Looking for a move to 35. Up you go. Up, up, up. Took my
Order filled.
profits. Probably going to hit that 35, but got 3 ticks on that. And now we're down 337.20 on the day. Did hit 34.50. Very close to it. I think we're going to end up breaking past through 35. Got momentum coming in on the TTM yet again. How high can she go? The 200 is creeping in on the 50, and the view app is staying the same. So when this falls, it's likely going to fall hard. And TTM looking like, so we got green dots, 0.3 to 1.0 to 1.5. So moving at about a half a point each. Gonna work our way out of that hole on the evaluation. I'm sure we'll get out of it. I've already done it several times. So we were actually down in the evaluation the first week. We were down 1,500, and we worked our way out of that to be profitable. You know, so done it plenty of times. We can do it again. Just got to make sure that we're taking moves and entries that we really fully understand. It's incredibly important. I tried to get that entry off of 31 or off of 30 and a half, and just didn't get it. It was pretty challenging, honestly. A lot of times, like when it's moving like that, like you really just kind of have to like hit the bid and or buy market, you know. But buying market, like to put it in Tiny's words, you always get hosed. Got a doji at the top and a high and a red, but with cyan switching. 857, 858. Let's take a look at the 3-minute chart. Do, 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 do. 3-minute from 11.0 to 11.6. So still looking reasonable there. Coming up on 9 o'clock. Streamed a lot longer than I intended to today. But the market is crazy volatile today, so are we hitting the top here, guys? I want to know. Tell me your thoughts. Is this the top? Got a fresh cyan on the TTM. Went from 15.6 to 15.6 to 16.1. But we do get this green 5 making a new high on that. Up at 34. New 5-minute candle here at 9 o'clock. Top of the hour. Pulling back some. From 16.1 to 16.6 on the 5. By the way, guys, if you guys are hanging out and chilling, please like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, all that type of stuff. Helps the channel grow, helps the community grow, helps us be able to help you inside of our Discord group, and be able to just really establish a community of positive, optimistic thinkers who are interested in everything from entrepreneurship to trading to investing and all that type of fun stuff. So that's what we're about in the Discord group, and we'd love to have you there if that's your methodology of thinking. Our Discord group is focused solely on positive vibes. You know, we understand even if there's dark stuff happening in the world, regardless of when, where, it's kind of always happening. So let's choose the attitude that we intend to live in and the attitude that we want to have, not necessarily the one that we may end up with if we're focused on the bad. So let's focus on the good and see what we got. So rejecting those highs up there off of, so we would have hit 35. That would have been a long trade though, so I'm glad I cut it anyway. Even though it likely could have brought us out of a negative space, although we would have been, I think we would have been red like 30 bucks, which is pretty small. Pulling back to 30s, 39, 30. Wow, we actually pulled all the way back to the EMA 35. Okay, so like I said, is this the top? You can see the 200 simple moving average is creeping up on the 50. The 50 is still pointed north, so that's a good thing in terms of upward momentum. The VWAP has barely moved, so that means this deviation that we have here. This is a deviation of about 55 bucks. That's a lot of deviation there. Not going short because I've been hosed on every short that I took today. Besides like one, I took like a micro profit on it. I want to keep trading. I genuinely do, but I think I have a little bit of brain fade. It does seem a little sideways. We stay optimistic in the darkest days because we know the light will appear. Yeah, that's totally true, man. Too early to tell about the tops. I agree with you. What's up, Pawn? Head and shoulders forming. Um, just popped in to say hi. What up? What up? Good to see you, homie. Always good to see you, Pawn. And yeah, I kind of saw that head and shoulders a little bit, but it's also kind of faked us out on head and shoulders earlier today too. Um, so it's been like every time I think it's gonna drop, it pops, and I'm like, yo, this is weird. I get that we got some good CPI data, but come on, like CPI data is like, let's throw $1 trillion to the market, or however much this equates to. No idea, but seems like a lot. Bouncing off 30, back up to 33, highs at 35s, highs at 35s. I can't drive 55. Let's see, from 13 to 12.9 to 13 to 12.8. It is a little sideways. Green 4,187.50 on the day. I honestly could be taking more trades, but it's like the price action is really kind of challenging right now for me, anyway. Unless I see breakouts like this where it's like a bounce off the 9 EMA, where it's kind of like a common pattern that I would normally trade. I can tell my brain injury is kind of getting to me right now. For those of you who don't know, I do have a brain injury. Um, so, um, so I'm doing all this trading and all this type of stuff through a brain injury. That brain injury caused me to go blind a few years ago, and I was like blind for several years. I also couldn't speak. So, yeah, Pawn, totally such a bullish day, man. Waiting for the breakdown. It like this on. I want to put this up here because this is a really this is this is really good advice. I don't want to call it advice, so I'm trying to find another way to say it. But this is interesting insight. We'll call it that. Um, Such a bullish day. Uh, Wait for the breakdown and small bounce back before trying to short. Yeah. So basically, like with as bullish as the day is, essentially when we find the top, it's also pretty easy. Like once it hits the top, it's easy to short it down there, like short it from the top and on the way down. But what we've been struggling with today, like I'm typically a long trader, and I tend to be better at going long. What we've been kind of struggling on the day is Um, we've had a couple of instances where it looked like it was about to fall down and then it popped back up. And it does kind of feel sideways to me. And my guess is likely that it's going to be sideways for a while, for probably a huge portion of the day. Uh, but looking at the 1 minute chart here, we did drop below the 50 EMA. I wonder if we'll get a red on the TTM. 39.25 held support right here. So this is our line in the sand right there. We may. Are we going to get this breakdown? The 200 is getting close to the 50. So it's working on it. Ah, my eyes, man. Like sometimes, dude, like sometimes the brain injury just comes back like heavy, and I just have like holes in my vision. It's kind of crazy, where it becomes really challenging. Like I have a visual impairment that is there all the time, where things look distorted, and I've kind of just learned to adapt to it and trade through the distortion. Um, but at the same time, like it occasionally, I'll just completely lose my focal point. Like the entire center will just be like it's invisible, um, and I can see stuff around, but not what's in the center. We are up $25,000 from 2 weeks ago in the sim. 9 dropping below the 12. All of us crossing under the 35. This is looking interesting to me for a short. I'm gonna take a feeler short here. Um, I think we're a long way from a full breakdown, but I do think Pon is right that we are having this head and shoulders finally forming here. You can see a little shoulder here and head. If we pull back though, I wonder if we'll pull back to like 39.10. So this is what's happened to me on pretty much every short of the day, where it looks like it's about to go short and then it just pops up off of that. Um, so, gotta cut this. Unfortunately, we just lost 875 on that one. So that puts us down to 3250 on the day. We've taken 110 divided by 5. I just pulled back anyway. I think we cut it a little early. I think I was right. But 110 divided by 5. I'm taking 22 trades in the sim. At a 3250 in profit. So wait. 110 times our so $480 in fees. So actual profit is about 2770 divided by our 22. So average income about 126 per trade, 125.90. Holding that 39.25 level really well. It's 909, and I may just have to take the L in the evaluation today, because the brain injuries just hit me too hard on the in terms of the visual impairment aspect of things. Gratefully, the speech is still fine. Occasionally, the speech will get really, really bad, and I'll really struggle to be able to speak. But as it is, it's just the visual impairment. But I need the visual in order to be able to trade. I need the speech in order to be able to talk to you guys. Uh, I want the breakdown. Do it now. Do it now. It needs to happen. It's just it just keeps holding 39.25 area. Um, but yeah, for those of you who don't know, back in 2016, I actually had a really bad accident. Suffered. I went for 40 minutes around there without oxygen to my brain. Well, just oxygen in general to the whole body. So the fact that he even lived is a miracle. Doctors told me I would never get any better. They told me I'd be blind for life. But I've come back a lot, and a lot of that has to do with my optimistic mindset, my own personal opinion. I believe incurable means curable from within, and so that was something I really took to heart and focused on that these last few years, these last 6 years or so, uh, and corrected a lot of my vision, and utilized a lot of different supplements and gymming and stuff like that to try and move more oxygen through my body in order to fix that stuff. But here we are. But guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. We're at 9:11, and we've basically been watching this sideways movement for a while, and we're ending the day up $3,250, 2770 after fees in the sim, and down 338 in the evaluation. It's our first losing day in the evaluation in a while, but I think we'll be all right. We're still up in the evaluation. We're still up $1,296. No, I'm sorry, $1,355. Yeah, that's right. So we're still up 1,355 out of a $3,000 profit target. So we're almost there. That's well said. The yeah, very good. Incurable means curable from within. I wish that was my line. I honestly do. Genuinely wish that was mine. It is not. It's from The Secret. I forgot who said it. I think it might have been Jack Canfield. But or maybe it was Bob Proctor actually. Um, but yeah, it was something I think I watched that in like 2007 or something. But that line it was stuck with me because I dealt with health problems for my entire life. I spent weeks upon weeks in the hospital as a kid. I'd be there like I've been on life support. I don't know how many times. Um, and it's just part of the. To me, that's living. Like, like surviving through times without oxygen, surviving through being on life support, all that type of stuff. Like that's happened to me so many times that like when I wake up in the hospital or like anytime that I've woken up out of a coma or whatever the case is, I'm just kind of like, oh, I'm here again. I'm back here in the hospital. It is what it is. So, and I know that to me, life is very precious. Um, and I think that a lot of that perspective comes from having my life almost ended uh, in an innumerable amount of times. I really couldn't tell you how many times. I know there's at least 4 times for sure, but there was times up until I was about like 14 years old where I was in and out of the hospital almost weekly, and I would stay sometimes for a month at a time. So, um, and gratefully, as an adult, I got a lot healthier. Uh, because for me, like that's why when I think when I'm talking about like this month of gratitude and stuff like that, like that's why that's why I'm grateful as a person. It's because I've literally died a lot of different times, and so I look at life from the lens that I could lose it at any moment. Life is not short, but life is fleeting, and that one is mine, gratefully. That one is my own line. Life is not short, but it is fleeting, and it can turn on you at any moment. So, because it's the case, I say live life exactly the way that you want to live it because it might not be around tomorrow. So, all right, guys. Uh, it's just some of the stuff that we've been talking about in our group. It is what it is. We're philosophers at heart, uh, an optimist, and all that type of stuff. But make sure you guys like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Join the Discord group because we talk about all this type of cool stuff in there. Philosophy, mindset, entrepreneurship, trading, investing, crypto, you name it. We're pretty much talking about it. If it moves us forward as humans, we're talking about it. And Also, guys, if you want to earn funding in the futures market, check out Elite Trader Funding because, guys, that's one of the best companies out there, and I've been really happy with them. And they have awesome customer service and great products. So check them out. And yeah, that's it, guys. Join us in the Discord group. Links in the description. JoelStraight.com/Discord. Love me some Dire Straits. Yeah, yeah. Dire Straits is bomb. I love them. I grew up with them. uh, Sometimes we're the windshield, sometimes we're the bug. I choose to be the windshield. Um, but yeah, guys, join us in the Discord group. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. And we were talking about doing doing like a live stream type thing in the Discord group, just a conversation, maybe like 15, 20 minutes or something like that, just talk about stuff. So we'll see you guys there, and I'll join into that right now. All right, guys, love and appreciate you, and stay optimistic, and see you in the Discord group.